And if you didn't know, her hair is a glory unto her. Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome. Today, we are going to be doing this super cute rubber band method ponytail. So, I'm starting off, of course, with clean hair. And this is just going to be a part going straight across the head from ear to ear. All right. And as you part in, you definitely want to take your time and go over the part over and over again until you get it to perfection. I wanted the ponytail to sit pretty high, so I made sure that the part was pretty close to the front. Okay, you don't want to have it too far back. Make sure it's kind of close to the front. But the back is just going to be sleek up into the ponytail. So I did press out her hair just so I can get it to be as sleek as possible. Okay, if you want super sleek results, I definitely recommend flat ironing or pressing out the client's hair, especially if it's in this afro texture. Once I got that all done, I'm just going to section that off to the side so I can go ahead and begin the rubber band method. Okay, and starting off, of course, with the middle part because I want everything to be nice and even. And look, if your stylist doesn't come to the front and check on that part, something ain't right. So make sure you go around your client's head. And now I'm just adding a little product to clean it all up, and I'm using the Shine and Jam to do so. And now I'm just sectioning off her baby hair because she's one of those ones that like them pretty dramatic. Now we're going to do our first section for the rubber band. So for me, I'm going to be doing 6 crisscrossing in the front. So I'm parting off 3 sections on each side. Okay. And again, using that jam to clean my parts up and going over it and over it until I get it to my likings. And you'll also see me lifting the hair and looking on both sides. I just want to make sure that everything is even and that my section isn't too chunky. So now I'm using a rubber band. You can use a clip or a braid, whatever you feel comfortable, just to section everything off. Working on one section, we're just going to split that one in half. And I did use clear rubber bands for her. You can do this with black or colorful, whatever your choice or the client's choice is. It's just going to be a crisscross for the first 2, and then the third one I'm going to do 3 crosses. So you'll be able to see it. I hope that makes sense. So I just sectioned off my first section, and we're showing you all the rubber bands. I'm just going in and rubber banding off that first section. Don't worry, we're going to get a little bit more closer and more into detail so you can really see what I'm doing. Now, I do want to advise, please, please, please don't make the rubber bands tight, okay? I'm going to tell y'all something. All right, this style was so cute and all that, and I really loved it, but I can say it did have a good amount of tension. And you know, when you're dealing with rubber bands, you want to be careful anyway because they can have tension. So you want to do the first 2 boxes in the front. And it's just like if you were doing a box plate, you just want to use that product and smooth out your section and then go in with the rubber band. And you want to do the first 2 first so that you can cross them as you go to the back. So you'll always work on the front sections and then work your way in order towards the back. Again, don't make the rubber bands tight. We're going to pull them to the back, so that's more tension. Okay. Now, as you can see, I'm still just cleaning up my parts. I'm adding my product, and then I'm going to add 1. It doesn't matter which side you do first. It's all on your preference. I just took the front section of 1 and I pulled it to the back, and I'm just going to rubber band that off with the other box in the back. I hope that made sense. All right. And now I know there's plenty of tutorials on this style, but I did just want to show you all how I did it. And you see here, I took what was hanging from the rubber band in the front, and I pulled it to the back, and I'm just going to rubber band that off together. And y'all, we have a visitor. Don't forget, I told y'all I have a big family, so you will see a lot of children or different things going on in the background. Don't mind them. All right, so now I'm going into that next section, and I'm doing the exact same thing that I did on the first. I'm going to split it in half, down the middle, and it's kind of like a cross, I would say, straight back and then down the middle. So I'm sectioning off that first section, then I'm going to go in and section off the first section on the other side. Again, I'm going to tell you, don't make the rubber bands tight, okay? I'm going to pull a piece from either side to the back and section that off, and then do the same thing on the other side. And you want to cross them across each other. I did like to make sure that even the hair that was hanging from the rubber band had a decent amount of product on it, just so that it can lay smooth as I pulled it to the back. So for this middle one, like I said, it's going to be 3 boxes going back instead of 2. So you'll see this one will cross twice instead of crossing one like the other 2 did. Just because it gets a little bit more lengthier in the middle, if that makes sense. So it's shorter closer towards the ear, and then you have more space as you get to the middle. All right, and like I said, you want to do those boxes from the front going back. It doesn't matter which side you cross over the other. That's all on your preference. So just kind of go with the flow. All right, I'm finishing up with that first section, and as you can see, I'm kind of picking at it because I started to notice that it's looking kind of tight, and I really was adamant about making sure that I didn't do it too tight. But it was hard. Like, once you start wrapping that rubber band, everything gets to pulling. It's starting to look tight. So again, I say, please don't do the rubber bands. If you can avoid it, don't make them super tight. Okay, so now this is a more close-up in depth of how I was doing it. I added my product, and then I rubber band off. Like I said, I'm working at the front first. You want to box off those sections first, okay? And then you go towards the back and you take one side and you crisscross it, okay? You could do this going straight back if you wanted to as well. So if you didn't want them to cross, you could do them straight back or zigzag. It's different designs that you could do with this. So if you wanted to spice it up a little bit or do something different, go for it. So judging here, you can see that, like I said, everything's looking tight. It's looking like her scalp is pulling a bit. So y'all, look, please don't chew me out, okay? I'm doing my best to try to loosen it up. And she wasn't in any pain. It was just really about the look. And I know y'all would eat people up on the internet when it comes to things like that. So now we're moving on to the back because we have completed the front. And I do have another video up on how I do sleek ponytail. So if you want to get a more in-depth idea of how I did it, you can go check that out. But I'm just going to go ahead and comb all her hair straight up. You don't really need any product. I did use a little bit halfway through. And I'm just going to put it in a loose ponytail, okay? And I'm using my Got To Be spray, and I'm just going to spray that all on the back. You don't want to add any jam or anything because it's going to create like a hard outer shell. Okay, and I'm using my blow dryer, and you just want to blow at it and smooth the hair on up. What I just put on her edges was a little bit of edge booster just to make sure that everything is nice and smooth and sleek. But you don't need it for the entire ponytail. You just want to use it just at the edges and continue to use the Got To Be spray to create that outer layer. And I'm gonna let y'all hear how it sounded once it dried, okay? So you'll see it starting to tighten as you blow dry it. So now I'm going in and I'm going to make it a tighter ponytail. And I actually had to get her to hold the hair out of my way, because as you can see, it started to get, wrapped up as I was tying the ponytail, because it's so close and so high up to the design. So once she held it, I was able to get that ponytail in there nice and snug. Okay, and it is really sleek. It's looking very good, and I just use that got to be sealing everything up, using a comb to smooth it out, and the blow dryer again just to harden and seal everything. So now I'm going in and I'm flat ironing the ends which were left out from the rubber bands, because I want it to be sleek. And remember, I only flat ironed the back. So y'all listen to this.
You just keep staring at me. I just now.
Okay, that thing is nice and hard. All right, that's how you want it to sound. Okay, let's get the ends of the rubber band part into this ponytail. So I did use a little bit of the jam or whatever product you're using to smooth that up, and I'm securing it with a rubber band. Okay, and once I got that to my liking, I'm just sealing or putting finishing spray on it. You can use whatever spray or products that you prefer. I braided off her natural hair, and if you wanted a super long ponytail, you could add braiding hair to this part, but the hair we were using was already a decent length, so I didn't need to do that. So now I'm taking my needle and thread, and right at the end of that braid, I'm taking the end of the track or the weft, and I'm just gonna sew through the braid and through the wefts quite a few times to seal it at the end. And after that, I just wrap the track around the braid, and then I make one or two stitches, not nothing too crazy, because it's going to be in there. And after I do that, I continue to wrap it, make a stitch, wrap it, make a stitch, pretty much until I get all the way to the base of the ponytail. Now, of course, if you wanted to, you could use glue for this part, but I'm pretty comfortable and I feel like I'm faster with just using the needle and thread. Because, the glue can be a little messy and sometimes you have to wait for it to dry and things. So I prefer to go ahead and just sew it on. And we are reusing some bundles, so they are a little chopped up. Once I finish off with one bundle, I just go in and add on the next piece and do the same thing that I was doing with the other piece. I just wrap it around the braid, and once I get it to the front, I'm gonna make maybe 2, maybe 3 stitches there, and then I wrap it around and make a couple of more stitches. Continue this all the way up until you get to the base of the ponytail. And now that I made it to the base, I'm just going to take a small piece from the bottom of the ponytail, and I flat ironed it. We're going to use this to create that very sleek base for our ponytail, okay? And I just flat ironed it, and I'm wrapping it right around the base. Okay, you want to continue to wrap it around, and I do like to use a little spray just to keep everything nice and secure. And mind you, I didn't cut my string that I sewed the ponytail with, because we're going to use this right now. So once I wrapped it around, I like to use that same needle and thread to secure the base even more. So pretty much instead of using a bobby pin, I sewed it. Alright, so I just cut that off, and now I'm going to straighten out the hair. This is not rocket science here. You just take small portions and you flat iron it straight or curl it. I did do it straight, and I made a small curl at the end just to give it a little razzle dazzle, make it a little different. Again, I'm going in with that finishing spray just to lay down any flyaway hairs. And now we're going to move on to the fun part, which is the baby hair. You know, once you start doing these, you kind of get into the finish. And remember I said she likes them a little dramatic, so I gave it to her, and boom, here we are. Okay, y'all, this style, it came out so cute. Like, I really love the results. Look at it. Okay, and guess what? You can wear it in a bun. You can switch it up. You can wear it in a bun to the side, straight to the back. And the boxes, everything is just so neat. I mean, I really enjoyed this style. I feel like you can wear this to any type of formal, or you can dress it up or down. Okay, I like to do a lot of styles where you can do this or that. So I feel like this is pretty versatile. But like I said, the rubber band parts may stress you, okay? Especially if maybe you're doing it on a younger age. You want to be very cautious about that. I say be very cautious about those rubber bands because it can get tight. Now look at it when it was in a bun. I mean, it was super cute. And like I said, she was feeling herself, y'all. Look at it. Alright, so I hope you guys were able to get some type of information or inspiration from this video. Please consider subscribing so you won't miss the next one, okay? Because we got a lot of stuff coming at y'all. Alright, again, I appreciate you all and bless you for watching. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.